Penguin Random House Canada presents Julius Julius by Aurora Stewart de Peña. Read for you by Rebecca Applebaum, Daniel Macivor, and Gabriella Sundar-Singh. For Scott. 1. The Senior Brand Anthropologist.
2. The Creative Director.
3. The Future Leader. Intern.
1. The Senior Brand Anthropologist. I work at a very ancient ad agency. Situated beside the mall, it's in a big, rambling building that takes up the entire block. From the outside, you can't even tell it's an ad agency. The sign is just a tiny plaque, and time has worn the letters away. I chose a career in advertising because brands build our culture, and I wanted to feel important to culture. I never thought I'd have this career, or any career at all. My plan after leaving home at 15 was to live in a dirty apartment, look beautiful, and do a lot of drugs. I planned to go to parties, live to 25, then die mysteriously, devastating the many people in love with me. I achieved the drugs, and sometimes people would compare me to Christina Ricci, but I hated the idea of anyone remembering me naked, so no one got the opportunity to fall in love. And obviously, I didn't die at 25. I've always loved ads. They're a parallel universe. People in advertising joke about having no souls. But finding success in this industry means believing that pure happiness is real. The most effective ads show us how optimism is rational. They imbue a product with it, and they're able to make that product a solution to people's sadness. And just before the moment of purchase, it is. That little feeling before buying something is proof of an advertising person's soul. I define culture as a set of shared feelings and ideas brought to life through expression. Those expressions influence us and impact the way we behave. Plays, books, movies, music, art, TV, essays, and photographs are the expressions people think of when they think of culture. But you'll engage meaningfully with more ads during your life than any of those other things. And you have to seek out a movie or a play. And then you only spend a few hours with it. Ads come to you wherever you are. And now they reflect your deepest fears and unspoken desires. Ads, whether we want to admit it to ourselves or not, are our real culture. I can understand how that might sound like a capitalist nightmare, but it's actually okay. Ads can be beautiful, or funny, or moving, or controversial. They reflect who we are. I think it's okay to sell something as long as you're giving something in return, like a laugh or a feeling. When I'm within 100 meters of the agency, I get a headache. It happened the first time I ever came here, for my interview. It's gotten worse throughout my employment. When I get on the streetcar to head to work, I pop a couple painkillers. I have a prescription for good Hedron. My boss thinks the headaches are a reaction to the ultrasonic mouse repellers. They use the ones that plug into the walls and emit a high-pitched scream heard only by rodents. There are probably 1,000 plugged in at our agency. We're not infested, it's a preventative measure. The building is so old, it's a mouse's paradise. So many crannies and nooks and centuries of dropped cheese. My boss is obsessed with trying to get them removed, even though I'm the only one who gets headaches. I'm not entirely convinced they're the problem. A headache can't always be traced back to something real, like the noise from the repellers. I'm glad he has something to focus on, though. He's happiest when he's trying to make big operational changes. Obviously, the headaches are my body trying to tell me something. But right now, I cannot afford to listen. My career is on an upswing. Every year, Advertising Magazine publishes a list of the most exceptional people in the industry based on how many awards they've won. It's a page of headshots accompanied by labels like The Rule Breaker or The Risk Taker. A very flattering write-up about the person's work accompanies each headshot. To get included on the list is a huge honor. This year, they included me because of a digital banner campaign I worked on for a children's charity. They called me the Thoughtful Maverick. A lot of people posted my write-up and congratulated me online, including an art director who I know hates me. His post meant a lot. A local billionaire runs the children's charity. She inherited her money so she can devote her time to raising awareness about the idea of adoption. Her charity is called Adoption Now! Her father was a client at my old agency. He was the CEO of a grocery store chain. Our agency essentially did the campaign as a favor to her father, which worked out great for me. My old boss gave me the project because of some previous work I'd done rebranding a line of frozen lasagnas. Instead of making the value proposition about convenience, I made it about the feeling of getting taken care of that comes from having prepared food at the ready. After my rebrand, all frozen lasagnas, not just the line I'd worked on, saw a bump in sales. I'd never gotten to work on a charity before. It's a big deal at ad agencies because you can make moving work that gets a lot of attention. My campaign insight. Thousands of foster kids live in the city, and no one seems interested in adopting them. But waiting lists to adopt pets are years long. Research we conducted showed that people care more about sad dogs than they do about sad human children. But what if we could get them to think about children in need while already in the adopting mood? The creative seemed really simple. All we did was run a series of banner ads on pet adoption websites featuring the name and profile of a kid in the foster care system. The campaign was met with extreme success. We conducted a survey whose results showed an 11% increase in intention to adopt a child. Making Advertising Magazine's list meant I had my pick of agencies, which I'd never had before. There are 3 reasons I decided to come work here. The place's incredible history. It's the oldest continuously operating ad agency in the world. I thought I'd inherit a legacy of ideas. My boss. I'd worked for him at another agency and I learned so much from him. I felt sad when he left because this agency seemed unattainable to me, and I thought I'd never see him again. Until I made the list. Of course, he's made the list many times, the wild child. He's a very beautiful person and famous in our industry. He's tall and wears a leather jacket and 22-karat gold dog tags around his neck. He can work anywhere he wants. He's able to identify major cultural shifts just by observing what people wear to riots. He has perfect hair, and nobody has ever seen him touch it. Change is good. Change is important. She not busy being born is busy dying. This agency can trace its roots back to Pompeii, around the year AD 79. It was named after our founder, a man named Julius Julius, who came up with the idea to drive lusty men to a specific chain of brothels by carving erect penises into the cobblestones of the surrounding area. They functioned as arrows, pointing men in the direction of pleasure. His penises looked cartoony, but still sexual enough to get his point across. The design's lighthearted concept drove business for the brothel. Many historians refer to these penises as the very first ads. Julius Julius's renown began to spread, and soon he found himself carving sheaves of wheat for bakeries, proud horses for farriers, and heads full of flowing hair for hair oil merchants. As requests for his services grew, he took on 2 apprentices to help him meet the growing demand.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?